Hello, welcome to the explainer video tutorials of Kredily. In this tutorials, we're going to understand how to get started with Kredily, what features to use, how to use them, and ultimately how to automate your payroll and generate payslips for your organization. So let's get started. The very first feature that we'll be looking into is the company profile. And in company profile, you can add details like your company's registered name, the brand name, official email address of your organization, the phone number, and many such details. And address can also be added, registered office address, corporate office address, and many branches that you might have can be added under the address section. You can then add the departments, sub-departments, designation of your organization. Announcements can be added as well, and when I say announcements, these are the announcements which will be sent to your employees as well through Kredily's employee account. If your employees have logged into their Kredily accounts either through mobile application or through web, they will get these announcements popped up on their dashboard. And you can upload your company policies as well, like your dress code policy or company's uniform policy or attendance policy, holiday policy, anything as such can be uploaded under policies section. And then you can add your employees as CEOs, HR administrators, finance administrators, and HR at an executive level can be added. But please be aware that these designations will have different levels of accesses. So please read this description before assigning these designations to your employees. And then under the statutory section, you can add your company's CIN number, the company's PAN number, TAN number, director details, auditor details, and company secretary details, and the company's corporate bank account details. And under the My Plan section, you can look into the plan that you are under right now. You can make changes if required as well. And then comes the company profile, My Profile. This is where an employee can look into his or her details. The employee can first of all look into the personal details, the name, date of birth, official email address, phone number, alternative phone number, address. And under the work sub-tab, employee can look into the official information like employee ID, date of joining, probation period, the work location, and the designation and details as such. And under the team sub-tab, employee can look into the reporting manager details, who is he reporting to, or if there's any employee reporting to this employee or not. And under the education sub-tab, an employee can upload the educational details like adding the qualification of that employee along with the documents, along with the university name, college name, and stuff like that. Under the family sub-tab, employees can upload the family members and the emergency contact details. So these are very hygiene to have. So please ensure that your employees upload these details in the system. And under the document section, employees can upload the identity proofs like PAN card, Aadhaar card, driver's card, voter ID card, certifications like educational marks card or any certificates that the employee might have, and work related documents like employment letter, offer letter, experience letters, pay slip, and employees can also accept the company policies that the company has uploaded. This is very, very important. So please make sure that you check this feature out. And work week, employee can look into what work week should he or she has to follow, whether it is a Saturday, Sunday off or just 1 week off. The employee can look into that. Then the employee can look into the attendance related information, which shift has been assigned to this employee and what's the trend. Employee can also look into the monthly trend, what is the attendance status, what's the in time, out time, and all that. And any automation logs that's related to this employee, like if there is any penalty that has been deducted, which we are going to talk about penalty a little later. If an employee has to look into any penalties that's been imposed to him or her, the employee can look into it here. And the rules related information can also be seen under the rules sub-tab. Now to add employees, you will have to navigate to the directories section, the directory module. And if you'll have to add just a couple of employees, you can simply click on the add employee button, add all the details of your employees, and you can add them. But if you're adding employees in bulk, you can click on the import option and simply drag and drop your Excel sheet which contains the employee information, or you can download Kredili's standard format and add all your employees in that Excel sheet and upload it back to Kredili. So this is the sheet in which you will have to add the employee information and upload it back to Kredili. And after adding employees, the next module that you will have to work on is the attendance module. And in attendance module, you will be defining the attendance rules and assigning it to your employees. And to define attendance rule, you will have to go to the rules subtab. And under rules subtab, I have created 4 different shifts for my organization for demonstration purpose. You can add any number of shifts and you can define them as per your preference. You can create shifts like morning shift, night shift, UK shift, US shift, any sorts of shifts. So in this shift, I have added my general rules. My shift timing is 9:30 a.m. and the logout time is 8:30 p.m. You can enable auto deduction, and auto deduction means if any employee does not log in or log out for any given day, system will deduct loss of pay from their salary for that particular day. And if you want to be lenient to your employees, you can turn it off or you can turn it on. It's just a toggle. Please choose as per your preference. You can track anomalies as well. When I say anomalies, anomalies are something which gets generated against an employee if the employee fails to clock in or clock out as per the policy, as per the rule defined. So in this case, I'm going to give grace time as 30 minutes for both login and logout, which means if my shift starts at 9:30 a.m. in the morning, my employees can log in anytime till 10 a.m. in the morning. And any employee who logs in after 10 a.m. will have an anomaly generated against his name. And the same implies for the logout as well, and work duration as well. Work duration can be defined as per your company's policy. It can be 8 hours full day, 4 hours half day, or 9 hours full day, 3 hours half day, 5 hours half day as per your policy. You can also define what should be the maximum total breaks that can be taken, the break duration. Should it be 1 hour, 2 hours, half an hour, 45 minutes? That can be defined. And the number of breaks can also be defined. Should it be just 1 break, 2 breaks, 5 breaks? How many ever number of breaks that an employee should take in a particular day? That can be defined as per your policy. And in advanced rule, you can enable overtime if you're an organization which will allow your employees to do overtime and you pay for them for that. You can enable overtime. You can simply turn this on, and once you turn it on, you can also define the minimum work hours. And should it be based on the shift hours? Should it include breaks or not? Should it exclude breaks? Everything can be added. And you can also add a particular IP address for your employees to clock in or clock out. This comes very handy if you would wish your employees to step inside the office and log in. And we have Kredily, which is a facial recognition system. This can be enabled or disabled as per your terms of purchase of this particular feature. And we also have auto clock in clock out rule, which will allow your employees to automatically clock in as soon as they step inside the defined perimeter area. This uses the location, and the employee should install Kredili's mobile application for this to function properly. Again, this is also one of the features. You can enable it or disable it as per your preference, but you will have to purchase this as an add-on feature. Then we have an attendance with selfie option. This will capture the selfie of the employee during the time of the clock in. And for employees who will be traveling to client's location or multiple locations in a day, we have live tracking as well. As an administrator, you can track your employees' location. You can also see how much of distance they have traveled in a particular day and how much time they have taken to travel and all of that. Live tracking feature is one of the add-on features of Kredily. If you want, we can enable this for you as well. And then we have the most useful feature for clock in and clock out, which is your geofencing. Geofencing will allow you to add location in which your employees will have to clock in. For example, if you have your office in HSR layout Bangalore, you can simply add that location and system will only allow your employee to log in from that particular location. Your employees cannot log in from any other location. The system will restrict the login. Let me add the location here. So if I add this location, the system will also give me an option to set the radius. I can set the radius between 50 meters to 1000 meters. I'm going to set the radius as 100 meters. My employees will only be able to log in their attendance in this location within the radius of 100 meters. And you can enable or disable comp off. We have comp off features as well. And the most important feature for the deduction of your employees' penalties or deductions of loss of pay is your penalties. Your employees, whenever they come late or whenever they log out early, an anomaly will be generated against their name. So now what happens with that is that will create a penalty for your employees. You can set how much of lenient should you give to your employees, how many anomalies should be allowed for your employees in a month, and how many anomalies should impose a penalty for them can be defined under the penalty rules. Now, under penalty rules, I have defined my in-time penalty as 2 late comings allowed and 1 penalty intervals allowed. So this means my employees can come 2 days late in a month. 2 days late coming is allowed, and for the third late coming, there'll be a penalty that will be imposed for my employees. And after that, for every alternative late coming, there'll be 1 penalty imposition, and the penalty will be full day leave deduction, and the leaves are in order. The first is comp off, second is sick leave, and third is loss of pay. You can decide the order as per your preference, and you can also decide whether it should be a full day deduction or a half day deduction as per your preference. And the same applies with the out time as well and work duration also. And once this is done, you can assign this to your employees by going to the assign attendance rules subsection. Here you can select all your employees or select your employees to whom you would wish to select or you would wish to assign the attendance rules. Then click on assign rules. Select the rule that you would wish to assign, select the date and apply. And then as an administrator, you can also look at the approvals. Whenever an employee sends a request for an attendance approval, like an anomaly approval, you can see that here and you can approve it from the approval section. And if there is a penalty that is being imposed to your employees, as we discussed in the penalty rules, that can also be seen here. You can see for which employee, what penalty, how many days of loss of pay has been deducted. And if you wish to revert it, you can select your employees and you can revert that. And once reverted, the loss of pays will be nullified. You can look at the attendance logs as well for any given day. Just select the date and you will be able to see the attendance for that particular day. You can just choose any random date to understand the attendance trend for that particular day. You can see absent, present, anomaly, NA. You will have multiple statuses. If your employees are regularly clocking in into the system, you can see the present absent status in the log section. And the next module is the leave module, and in leave module you can define your leave policies. How many ever leave policies you have can be defined and can be assigned to your employees as well. So I'll be going to the rules subsection for that. So you have defined many rules, many leave policies in my demonstration account. For example, this one comp off, I've given 24 leaves a year. It's accrued, it is going to be credited to my employees on a monthly basis. You can define this as well if you wish to give it on a monthly basis, annual basis, half yearly or quarterly. And if you wish to give it in the month starting itself or end of the month, that can also be decided. And whether the employees can take these leaves while they are in probation, while they are in notice period, can also be selected, can also be changed. And if you wish to encash this, if you wish this to be carry forwarded to the next leave cycle, can be decided as well as per your company's policy. And in the advanced leave section, you can decide how many leaves can be taken by your employees in a month, how many continuous leaves can be taken by your employees, and should you allow negative leaves for them or not. Future dated leave should be allowed or not. If yes, what's the cutoff for that? Backdated leaves allowed or not? If yes, what's the cutoff for that? Can also be decided under the advanced settings of your leave section. And after saving this account, you can go to the assign leave rule section, select your employees and assign whatever leave policy or leave rule has to be assigned to them. So let me assign a rule to the employee Triveni Bhutia. I'm assigning event leave to her effective from the 1st of March, and this is assigned. You can assign it in bulk as well. We can look at the leave logs under the logs sub-tab. You can see how many employees have applied for leaves and how many of those leaves have been approved, rejected. You can see that here. And under the balance section, you can import or export the leave balance. You can see how many leaves have been consumed by your employees, how many leaves are yet to be consumed, approved leaves and accrued leaves, everything. And that's pretty much about the leave section as well. And then we have the most important module, which is the payroll module. And in payroll module, you can create your salary structures. You can make changes to your statutory settings. You can set it up. You can set up the salary structures. You can generate pay slips, and you can do a lot more. Firstly, the system will allow you to make all the settings that's required. Uh, this is under the advanced settings section. You can define or decide your pay frequency, the pay cycle, the payout date, the date of joining cutoff for the new joinees. You can include or exclude the week off and holidays inside the salary calculation. You can define your PF ESI. PF can either be 12% of basic or 12% of the entire gross. If you have any other calculation, you can define that as well in the system. You can add a custom formula, you can add a fixed amount. And then ESI can also be turned on or turned off. Any employee whose salary, gross salary is less than 21,000 rupees, the system will automatically compute ESI for them. Then you can select a state or states for your PT computation. You can also decide whether your employee should submit their investment declarations on a yearly basis or on a monthly basis. And when it comes to components, you can create few different types of components: base, recurring, variable, and ad hoc. And each of these components can be defined, twisted, tweaked as per your company's policies. For example, if you have to make changes to any of these presets, the components which are already created by Kredily, you can make changes by simply clicking on them, change the type of the component or change the way it is computed, include it in CTC, exclude it from CTC, make it taxable, make it not taxable. The same goes with variable as well. You can create any number of variable components that's required, but if you're talking about the ones which are already created, for example, I'm taking festive bonus here, you can make it as an annual component, monthly component, quarterly or half yearly component. You can include it in CTC, exclude it from CTC. You can make it taxable, non-taxable, prorate the value of this component, or even change the way it is computed, or simply put a manual amount, a random value for this component. You can also add ad hoc components to your salary structures. Ad hoc components are nothing but the components which are not defined in the CTC. These are the components which will be treated as out of the box components. You can add both ad hoc earnings and ad hoc deductions. And under payout settings, you can add the bank details of your employees, the IFSC, the bank account number, and the name of the bank account holder, and the branch name, and all that. And under payslip settings, you can choose any of the payslip formats that suits the best for your organization. We have about a dozen payslip formats, so you can choose whichever suits the best. And in setup payroll sub-tab, you can create a salary structure by gathering all the components that you have created. I've created many such demo salary structures here. If you want to create more such structures, you can simply click on the create new structure button. You can go with the regular structure. And the base components are already displayed. If you want to add more components to this structure, you can simply click on the edit button and add whichever components that you have already added. I'll select festive bonus and I'll add a deduction component as well, which is medical insurance coverage. So now this salary structure is saved. You can create as many as structures you want for your organization. There's no limitation on that. And once the salary structure is created, you can assign this salary structure to your employees by going to the assign structure sub tab. Yes, select the employee, or you can select all your employees or select only some of them, department wise, designation wise, location wise, as per your preference, and assign the structure with an effective date. And once the salary structure is assigned, the last thing is to process payroll for any given month. Now, before you process payroll, the system will display all the information that you should know about that particular month's payroll. So I have a total of 21 employees for the month of Jan. I'm actually processing the payroll for the month of Jan 2025. So I have 21 employees and 2 employees payroll is already processed, and this is the total gross pay. This is the total net pay. Income tax computed for the month of Jan, PF computed, ESI and PT and payslip generated. I have not generated any payslip so far, so it is 0. And system will show the attendance and leave related information for that particular month, just for your reference. And you can also look at the wage based input related information. And if you have revised salary for any of the employees, you can look at that as well. I have one salary revision for the month of Jan, which is Debobrat Das. His new CTC is this, and the old CTC was something else. And the variable and ad hoc can also be displayed here. So if you're adding, or if the system is adding up any variable component for any of your employees as per the definition provided by you, the system will display that before you process payroll. So I have one employee who is Mohan. He is receiving a monthly incentive of 10,000 rupees, which is one of the variable pays. And then there are multiple ad hoc earnings and deduction added for the month of Jan. So there's a loan earning, there's a loan deduction, there's an OT earning. You can see a list of ad hoc components added here. And if you want to hold somebody's salary, you can select the employee's name and change the status of that employee's pay action to on hold. And then if you wish to override either income tax or professional tax, you can make changes here, but you don't have to do it because system automatically calculates both income tax and professional tax. And once this is done, you can go to the pay register, export the pay register if required, or you can simply go ahead with the payroll processing. So you can select all your employees and run payroll for them, or just select a couple of them and run payroll. I'll be processing payroll for just one employee. The payroll is processed, and once the payroll is processed, you can even generate payslip for that employee. Click on the generate payslip button, and this generates the payslip, and the employee will receive a notification about the payslip generation. And you can also do the payout if you have integrated your ICICI corporate bank account with Kredily. If not, you can download the format from right here. We also have the Axis Bank format, which you can download directly from Kredily and upload it in your Axis Bank's net banking portal. Once the payout is done, we have statutory reports as well. The PF ACR can be downloaded, PF bulk add report, bulk KYC report, bulk exit report, and the ESI XLS report, consolidated reconciliation report, consolidated net pay report, and gross versus net pay report can also be downloaded. Please check out the statutory report section to understand what these forms are meant for and how exactly these forms are given to you. And the PF ECR is the ready-made file that will be given to you. You can directly upload these files to the PF portal without making any changes to it. So this is the ready-made file. We will also give you the journal voucher if required. So please check this out as well. And then we have Form 16 and Form 24Q also available in the system. Form 16 is very useful during the season, and we can help you to generate Form 16 in Kredily itself. So that's pretty much everything about the three primary features of Kredily, which are attendance, leave, and payroll. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us. Thank you.